One of the most secure places to store information in the world is hidden underneath Vatican City, out of sight for everyone. Stretching across approximately 5 miles of underground tunnels, the Vatican Secret Archives are a fortress of restricted information, accessible only to a select few with the highest level of clearance. What could be so powerful, so earth-shattering, that it necessitates complete secrecy? And if the public had access to this knowledge, how different would our understanding of history, religion, and humanity be? The answer is unsettling. According to multiple sources, the archives hold documents and artifacts that challenge the very foundation of human history. These vaults allegedly contain suppressed texts from ancient civilizations, revealing truths about advanced beings who once walked the earth. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. Among these hidden records are whispers of the Library of Alexandria, an institution believed to have perished in flames but in reality was strategically looted before being set ablaze. Instead of being lost, the most significant portions of its manuscripts were secured in hidden depositories, like those beneath the Vatican. The archives are not just filled with books and papyri. Some Jesuit testimonies suggest that within these underground chambers there are remnants of extraterrestrial beings, skeletal remains that defy conventional anthropology, and records of civilizations so advanced that their technological prowess surpasses even modern achievements. These accounts speak of the Anunnaki, deities mentioned in Sumerian texts, as well as beings described in the traditions of the Dogon people, and lost records from ancient African and Greek civilizations. Texts retrieved from Iraq and other regions further suggest that humanity's origins may not be as straightforward as modern science presents. There are compelling indications that sophisticated societies thrived long before recorded history, possessing knowledge of aviation, weaponry, and even genetic engineering. Some interpretations suggest that early hominids were modified by these advanced beings to create Homo sapiens sapiens, not through natural evolution, but through deliberate intervention. Yet, the real question is, why has all of this been kept hidden? The answer appears to be control. If people were to discover the truth about these civilizations and their technological advancements, the prevailing narratives of power would crumble. The suppression of this knowledge has allowed religious institutions to maintain their grip on spiritual and historical authority, ensuring that only a select few dictate the version of reality we are permitted to believe. For centuries, religious and spiritual traditions have emphasized the importance of prayer and faith. Yet despite the collective devotion of billions, the world remains a chaotic and fractured place. Wars rage, injustices persist, and suffering continues. If divine intervention exists, why does it seem so selective, almost arbitrary? Some argue that it is not a lack of divine presence, but rather a misunderstanding of how reality itself is structured. There are moments when the search for truth feels like an endless maze, where every answer only leads to more questions. In times like these, having the right knowledge can change everything. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. The nature of existence is far more complex than traditional religious texts suggest. If we analyze reality through the lens of quantum physics, we find a world built on vibrational frequencies, coded information, and interconnected layers of existence. The notion of a single supreme entity governing all things is a simplification of a far more intricate system. one composed of multiple forces, energies, and intelligences operating across different dimensions. Ancient civilizations understood this complexity. Many cultures, from the Sumerians to the Egyptians and the Mayans, depicted not just one divine being, but multiple deities, each representing different aspects of creation and control. The reason behind this plurality lies in linguistic mistranslations over time. The term God in many ancient texts is not singular, but plural. This suggests that humanity's historical interactions with the divine were not with a singular omnipotent entity, but with multiple beings that may not have been gods in the way modern religions define them, but rather advanced entities with knowledge far beyond human comprehension. The implications of this are profound. If these beings were not supernatural, but rather highly evolved entities from different realms of existence, then what we perceive as divine intervention might simply be a form of advanced technology or dimensional influence beyond our current understanding. Quantum mechanics has already introduced the idea of parallel dimensions, non-local interactions, and particles existing in multiple states at once. If higher dimensional beings exist, they could observe, manipulate, or even intervene in ways that appear miraculous to those confined to the third dimension. Religious texts, then, may not be describing the will of a single deity, but rather fragmented accounts of encounters with multiple entities, some benevolent, others manipulative. The proximity of dimensions suggests that the unseen world is not a distant, ethereal plane, but something intertwined with our reality, existing just beyond the threshold of our perception. Scientists have long speculated that if an atomic structure could alter its subatomic frequency, it could shift into another dimension. This concept aligns with accounts of unexplained phenomena, sightings of figures that vanish in an instant, strange distortions in time, and encounters with entities that defy conventional understanding. These events could be not figments of imagination, but glimpses into higher dimensional realities that momentarily overlap with our own. The nature of these entities remains a mystery, yet historical records across civilizations describe interactions with beings that do not conform to human limitations, unlike the anthropomorphic, extraterrestrial figures of modern science fiction. These intelligences exist beyond physical form, manifesting as pure energy, light, or conscious waves that can traverse dimensions. To comprehend their nature, we must abandon rigid perceptions of reality and recognize that existence extends beyond the material world. Knowledge has always been the key to freedom, yet so much of it remains hidden from us. If you're ready to uncover what has been kept from humanity, make sure to grab your copy of the ebook before it's gone. Only a few copies remain. First pinned comment. Much like a two-dimensional being could never perceive the full scope of a three-dimensional existence, humans may lack the sensory faculties to directly observe higher dimensions. Yet, throughout history, visionaries, shamans, and mystics have claimed to communicate with forces beyond the physical realm. These experiences often describe radiant figures, beings that relay knowledge and guide individuals toward enlightenment. Some traditions refer to them as angels, but rather than celestial messengers in the conventional sense, they might be projections of higher intelligence operating at an advanced frequency, beyond human comprehension. Curiously, the term angel bears an interesting linguistic parallel to angle. From a geometric perspective, angles represent shifts in perspective, points where dimensions intersect. Just as the perception of reality changes depending on one's vantage point, the presence of these entities could be explained through their ability to manipulate vantage points beyond our perception. If these beings operate within dimensions where past, present and future coexist, then their messages might not be prophetic in the supernatural sense, but rather insights derived from a vantage point outside the constraints of linear time. Mathematics appears to be the key to unlocking this mystery. The universe follows precise numerical patterns, suggesting a coded framework underlying reality. Even the concept of light, fundamental to our perception, can be broken down into frequencies and equations. If reality itself is an intricate system of mathematical expressions, then consciousness may be an essential variable within that equation, a force capable of navigating and influencing different dimensions. The realization that the universe operates through a mathematical code reinforces the idea that we exist within a programmed reality. This revelation aligns with quantum physics, suggesting that space-time functions as a vast computational system where information is processed at incomprehensible speeds. If reality is structured this way, then consciousness itself may play a role in decoding and interacting with this system, allowing individuals to manipulate aspects of existence far beyond what traditional science acknowledges. Physical reality and awareness have been talked about in theory for a long time, but history records show that people in ancient times knew about these ideas. Some traditions suggest that human awareness is not merely an emergent property of the brain, but a field of energy capable of transcending physical limitations. This would explain why certain cultures placed such importance on the study of celestial mechanics, not just for navigation, but as a means of understanding the deeper laws governing existence. Within the teachings of esoteric schools, there has always been an emphasis on astronomy as a key to deciphering the nature of reality. Long before mainstream institutions acknowledged certain cosmic phenomena, independent researchers and spiritual traditions had already formulated theories that are now being confirmed by modern physics. There is an ongoing debate about whether this knowledge was acquired purely through observation or if it was imparted by non-human intelligence. One particularly intriguing example of this advanced awareness comes from teachings that predated the formal identification of Pluto. While it was only officially classified as a planet in the 20th century, some spiritual traditions had already mapped its existence, describing its effects on celestial cycles with remarkable precision. The question remains, how was this possible without the aid of advanced telescopes? Understanding reality goes beyond what we've been told. If you feel like something is missing in the way the world works, this ebook might hold the answers you've been searching for. Don't wait too long. There aren't many copies left. These anomalies suggest that knowledge was either passed down from a civilization with technological sophistication far beyond our current understanding, or that there exists an innate ability within human consciousness to access information beyond what is observable through conventional means. One more important thing this brings up is the possibility that our science knowledge of life beyond Earth is deeply flawed. Instead of searching for biological signatures that resemble Earth's conditions, we should consider the possibility that intelligent life manifests in forms beyond physical constraints, existing as energy or pure consciousness. The relationship between consciousness and matter suggests that reality is far more malleable than we have been taught. If our thoughts generate measurable light waves, then every mental process has an electromagnetic impact on the environment around us. This means that perception is not passive, it actively shapes reality. Ancient traditions understood this concept long before modern science caught up. Many spiritual teachings emphasize that the world we experience is a direct reflection of the vibrational state of our consciousness. This is not just philosophy, but an observable phenomenon. The way water responds to thoughts, words, and energy demonstrates that the physical world reacts to frequency. Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments revealed how human emotions affect the crystalline structure of water. Positive intentions produced intricate, symmetrical formations, while negative energy distorted and fractured the molecular patterns. Given that our bodies are primarily composed of water, this raises significant implications about how our thoughts influence not only our health, but also the nature of the reality we experience. If consciousness interacts with energy fields, then mastering one's internal vibration becomes essential. There are individuals throughout history who seem to possess an intuitive understanding of this principle, manipulating their energy fields to alter their physical conditions and even influence those around them. Some religious and esoteric texts describe enlightened figures who could heal through their mere presence, not because of mystical powers, but because they had mastered the ability to channel high-frequency energy. This extends to how environments impact our well-being. Certain locations resonate with frequencies that enhance clarity, creativity, and peace, while others drain energy and create stress. Monolithic sites like Stonehenge or the pyramids of Egypt were built at specific energetic intersections, places where the Earth's natural electromagnetic currents converge. These structures were not merely ceremonial, they were designed to amplify and focus energy, allowing those who entered them to connect with higher states of awareness. If energy is the foundation of all existence, then understanding its flow is the key to unlocking human potential. We are not just passive observers of the universe. We are active participants in an intricate network of vibrational frequencies. By refining our own energy, we can alter our perception, heal our bodies, and expand our consciousness to levels once thought impossible. Quantum entanglement provides a compelling framework for understanding how this influence extends beyond individual consciousness. If two particles, once connected, remain linked regardless of distance, then it follows that human consciousness, which operates on similar electromagnetic principles, can also transcend physical limitations. This could explain why some people feel truly linked to loved ones, even though they are far away, and why they have moments of synchronicity that make no sense. The further you look, the more you realize how much has been concealed from us. If you want to connect the dots and see the bigger picture, don't miss out on this exclusive ebook. Only a few copies remain. The implications of this phenomenon go beyond personal relationships. If thought can alter physical structures and energy fields, then it is possible that knowledge itself does not originate within the brain, but is instead accessed from a vast informational network. What some traditions have called the Akashic Records, an archive of all human thought and experience existing beyond time and space. This would mean that groundbreaking ideas and technological advances are not always discovered, but rather downloaded by those who are in resonance with these higher frequencies. The role of biophotons in this process is particularly intriguing. These light particles emitted by living organisms demonstrate that the body is not merely a physical vessel, but a luminous entity. Studies have shown that biophoton emissions increase when the body undergoes stress or healing, suggesting that light is actively involved in biological functions. Ancient texts hint at a time when early humans radiated light, a concept reflected in depictions of enlightened beings with halos or luminous auras. If melanin, in its purest form, has the ability to interact with light, then it could function as a conduit for energy transmission, further reinforcing the idea that human consciousness is deeply intertwined with electromagnetic forces. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. The modern world, however, is structured to suppress this awareness. The introduction of synthetic chemicals, pollutants, and artificial frequencies interferes with the body's natural energetic state, dulling perception and weakening willpower. Testosterone, a hormone linked to assertiveness and manifestation, has been steadily declining due to environmental contaminants, altering the very foundation of human drive. If the ability to shape reality is tied to one's energetic force, then the systemic weakening of individuals serves a clear purpose: to prevent the full realization of human potential. Breaking free from these limitations requires an understanding of how energy, frequency, and consciousness interact. Those who master this knowledge do not merely navigate reality, they reshape it.